It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. God started saying this to me towards the end of last year and early this year. Said, tell them it happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. He said, look back at all the times that they left you and you thought you were rejected and that you were abandoned. Indeed, you were. But look with 2020 vision and see that it happened for you. It happened for you because you didn't have to carry them anymore. You didn't have to carry the weight of their dysfunction, their inconsistency. You didn't have to carry the weight of their toxicity. You didn't have to carry them and create space for them in your holy space, in your sanctified space, in your sweet space, in your laid back space. You no longer have to carry space for them. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you when you were fired unjustly, fired illegally. When you look back, now it's 2020 vision, look back. Do you think you would still want to be there at that place, at that job, doing that work? Chances are no. Just like it happened for Joseph when he was thrown into a well and then pulled up off the well and then sold into slavery. And then he had to go through all the challenges that he went to. But at some point, he was now elevated. He was now promoted to a role second in command in a land where he was not from. It happened for him. Because had he insisted on staying with his jealous brothers, they would have killed him. Had he insisted on staying with his jealous brothers, whatever remained inside of him after they abandoned him and after they betrayed him the way that they did, whatever would have remained in him, had he stayed, they would have killed it. They would have killed his light. They would have killed it. Buried his destiny before his eyes, buried his star before his eyes. Snide comments for 5, 10, 15, 30 years, breaking you down. It happened for Joseph. It happened for you. It happened for you that thing that you wanted so much, you didn't get when you were 21, but you got when you were 52. There needed to be some knowledge and some growth and some change of mind and some new perspective. And there needed to be a great capacity in you, a deep capacity and a broad capacity in you that was beyond what that shallow 21-year-old had, in order to carry what that 21-year-old prophetically knew was theirs, but they didn't have the capacity to carry it. They didn't have the capacity to steward it. They didn't have the capacity to hold it with poise, hold it with integrity, hold it with responsibility. It happened for you. All these horrible things that have happened and are unfair, that have been betrayals, rejections, that have been abandonments. It happened for you. It happened for you. Because when they abandoned you and rejected you, when they abandoned and rejected you and forsook you and left you to fend for yourself, you learned some things that you wouldn't have learned had they stuck around. And also you learned that they were not your people. They were not your community. They were not your helpers. They were not your champions. They were not your cheerleaders. They have nothing to do with your they have nothing to do with your destiny. They have nothing to do with your destiny. So there was no need for them to be in your life. All that they would have been beyond a certain point that was appointed and had an appointed end. All that they had in your life was a limited time. And it was limited. And the time that they left you, the time that they betrayed you, the time that they turned their backs on you, it was the end. It happened for you. It happened for you. Look, God is saying, look back on all the things that you thought, geez, this happened to me, that happened to me, this happened to me, that happened to me. Look what has happened because those things have happened. Look and take stock. What has happened because those things happened. You thought those things were happening to you, but he's saying those things were happening for you. Think deeply, think clearly, look back and discern. If he took it away from you, if he allowed for them to walk away from you, if he allowed for the firing to happen, if he allowed for the betrayal to happen, it was to reveal the heart of the environment, of the employment, of the job, of the friendship, of the relationship. It happened for you. That time you ran into what you called your man and there was another woman, it happened for you. Because who would want a man like that? Who would want friends like that? It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. When your child is about to burn their hand on, on the stove because they're fascinated by the flame, and you pull their hand away and you chastise them, you move them even to the next room, they're upset. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you removing me and I'm exploring and I want to touch that flame? They don't realize it's happening for them. That's what your Father in heaven was doing for you. He was saying, go to the next room, because he knew the things you didn't know. He heard the conversations you didn't hear. He explored the hearts you couldn't see with your natural eye, and he knew that these were dangerous places and environments. These were dangerous circles for you to be in. And he moved you out, and he caused for them to move you out. Joseph was in a dangerous situation. He was surrounded by older brothers who were jealous of him. What a tortured life, confusing life, living with blood, by being treated like something from the street, like dirt. What a confusing and traumatizing thing it would have been. Rather that he's out there somewhere else, confused by strangers and understanding these strangers don't owe me anything but blood. It happened for him to let him know that blood isn't everything, and that this blood that you were born with and you grew up with, it's not the one. Those aren't your sisters. Those aren't your brothers. Because the word of God says that your sisters and brothers are the ones that obey the word of the Lord. Not the ones that are blood, but the ones that obey the word of the Lord. Because those who obey the word of the Lord, there's just things they won't do. There's just boundaries and hedges that they operate within, because they're under God. They're under obedience to God and his kingdom. So they know that I shouldn't be doing this to my sister. I shouldn't be doing this to my brother. I can't do this to my sister. I cannot do this to my brother. But somebody who does the non-sisterly and non-brotherly thing to you, but their blood, it happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. That you didn't get to study that degree. Look at you now. You're a prospering businessman, businesswoman. You think outside the box because you weren't taught the box. There's no limitations to your imagination because you weren't imbued with so much knowledge about so many things before you developed your own individual, autonomous imagination and creative output and creative activity. It happened for you because you found other things that are possible to do besides get an education, and they would still lead to success. They would still lead to prosperity and stability. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. Look back. When Gideon was forsaken by his father, even named a name to curse him because he was the generation that was appointed to go back to God and return to God. It happened for him because he discovered that inside of him there was a warrior of war. Mighty man of war inside of him, a leader inside of him. This was the man who was hiding in a wine press. Doubtful of God. Make the cloth dry and make the ground around it wet. Make the ground around it dry and make the cloth wet. But it happened for him. That he left and he went the direction God was leading his life. It happened for him. It happened for you. I'm telling you, no matter how horrible it is, how horrible it was, how shocking it was, how much it left trauma within you, it happened for you. Even if you were abused, then you know who not to be around. It happened for you. Did you deserve to be abused? No. Is it okay for you to be abused? No. Did you need to be abused to learn certain things? No. You could have been taught certain things without being abused. But even if that's what happened, God is saying it happened for you. You knew exactly who to lock out of your life that you might have carried, tolerated, gave excuses for. Now there was this major, mighty thing that happened, and it fully convinced you in a blink of an eye, lock the door when it comes to this person. It happened for you. God revealed that heart, it revealed that filth quickly and early on so you could get that out of your life and live your life and never look back. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. Even if you have been sinned against and transgressed against in the most stunning ways, it happened for you. Because when these stunning and unfair things happen, God has a recompense plan for you. His word says he avenges you in a day and recompenses you for a year. It happens for you. You can never lose. They do the worst things, God is going to restore unto you, reinstate unto you, restitute unto you. Sevenfold, not just the onefold, exponentially. He's going to return it to you, what they thought they were taking. He's going to restore. He's going to reinstate. He's going to recover all. He's going to return back to you. He's going to fight the battle with the strong man. He's going to strip the house of the strong man. You're going to learn to bind the strong man. You're going to have to learn to strip the house of the strong man. It happened for you. It happened for you. There's so many people we carry. There's so many things we tolerate for a long, long time. Far longer than we were supposed to. And if the major thing doesn't happen to break the yoke between you and that thing, between you and that person, you'll never leave the toxic, the unsuitable situation. So that hard break, it happened for you. Might have hurt you, might have traumatized you, might have frazzled your mind in ways that seem irreparable right now. But he's Jehovah Rapha, and he will restore your mind. He is Jehovah, the great surgeon, the great healer. He will restore you. God is saying it happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you. It happened for you.